make it up to you.
Alright, so for today's video, I'm actually going to be breaking down this beat that ended up blowing up on YouTube. It has around like 400,000 views, and a lot of you guys may not know that I have another YouTube channel where I actually upload my beats. I've been posting on there every single day since 2019. I literally haven't missed one day. How this beat came about, I was just in a Zoom session with my friend BOI1DA, who's a great singer, and we work well together, so we just always do Zoom sessions. And honestly, this beat is actually pretty simple. We only spent about 8 hours on it, so I'm just gonna hop in chordy and I'm gonna show you how I came up with the chords. All right, so the first chord is a C sharp minor ninth, and then I have these notes leading up to the next chord: C sharp, D sharp, and then F sharp. And then it goes into a G sharp minor, and then to a B major, and then it just repeats. Just like that. Once I came up with the chords, I was really around 90 BPM, but before I sent it to her, I made sure to slow it down to around 76 just so I could speed it back up later so it doesn't sound too sped up. And I wanted to stay around that range because I knew that I was going to speed it back up. So I ended up slowing it down, sent it to her, and this is what she ended up coming up with. She's probably going to hate me for showing this super dry version, but this is her voice with no auto-tune, and you're going to see how good of a singer she is.
You kept every promise, baby, I'll be honest, no one compares to you. You are all I wanted, now we're broken hearted, I'll make it up to you. Time goes too fast.
Yo, all I have to say, as soon as I heard that part, I was like, holy shit, I have to do something cool with this. And I wanted to be as repetitive as possible. And you have to give her credit where it's due, bro. Like, this is no auto-tune. This is super dry. Like, that shit is fucking insane. But I'm going to show you how I made it repetitive. So as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, this is the part that I'm actually going to stick with and fuck all the other shit because this part is actually insane. And I just found the most catchy part and just looped it. I just pitched it down to 400 semitones and I chopped it up and found like the catchiest part because I didn't want it to be just like a whole sentence or something like that. I wanted something super catchy. What I ended up putting on there, I just ended up putting a NS1 just to take out like her background noise because I don't even think she was recording on an actual mic. And I put a reverb, and then I put a rev plate. I'm using the Bright Small Room preset. And last but not least, I have a RX 950 on there. After I found that catchy part, I was like, yo, this is the one. So I just chopped it up and I just went with it.
I'll make it up to you.
The piano that I'm using is Piano in Blue. This is a classic right here. Let me know if I should do like a plugins list or something. I think that would be cool. And then the good old Keyscape, man. Keyscape is probably the best piano in my opinion. I always go back to it for some reason. I'm using the Dark Indie, the wing upright, and this one sounds great. And what I have on the piano, man, I just have some reverb. I just lowered the mix a little bit, and then I have a fab filter in order to get rid of some of the low end. bro, you're gonna see how simple this loop is, to be honest. So once I had that, I ended up going to expand, and I'm using the default preset. And then what I have on there is just a chorus, a flangus, a EQ to take out the highs and the lows, and then a stereo shaper. But you could probably use like an imager or something. And honestly, having those things on your mixer can make any pad sound good, because this is how it sounds with nothing. And then with the preset. See, this is sauce. I'm showing you sauce right here, bro. Alright, so the next sound I'm using is just a growler Moog bass from Omnisphere. This is a well-known bass, and it's always reliable, especially if nothing else is working. What I have on there is just an EQ, just to take out the highs. Alright, so as you can see, I literally only have 4 sounds. And then for this other section, I ended up adding the good old chamber strings. If you know, you know. This is a great library in Kontakt, and it's really nothing crazy. I'm just literally playing the pattern. Last but not least, I'm using this sound from Analog Lab. It's called Beachside Roads, and this is how that sounds. So as soon as I had the first part of the vocals, I knew that it had to drop there. So I just ended up putting a snare, put a kick, and then an 808.
I'll make it up to you.
Alright, so one thing I could say about this whole sample and this whole beat that actually ended up blowing up, it actually ended up getting placed with the artist named Breeze Kennedy as well. The one thing I could notice is how simple this is. And as you can see, I'm not using any crazy sounds, only limiting myself to a couple sounds. So maybe I should do that a little bit more, but it's really not that crazy. I only use 3 drum sounds, and I'm literally layering my melody. I think the reason why this beat ended up doing so well is just because it was more about the vibe rather than like something super complicated. So yeah, sometimes it's just more important to catch the feeling rather than making something super complicated. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next.